Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Gary, welcome back to the Sunday Club. I know it's been a couple of weeks, so apologies. I was away one weekend and I forgot to announce it, and then something else came up last weekend. But it's the international break weekend, which is important. I'm here, I'm back. Really odd one. I'm going to start with something really odd. I've got a timer on below me. I've got 6 minutes, and then I need to just nip downstairs and take a chicken out of the oven. That's so random. But yeah, bear with me tonight, guys. But look, the important thing is that England are on the brink. We are on the brink, everybody, of qualification for the World Cup. Come on. I mean, it was never really in doubt, was it? England were always going to get there, but a win Tuesday night, again, and we will win Tuesday night, so we will be qualified. I've not had a look tonight. I've not had a look over the weekend, but I think this is it is as early as we possibly could have, I believe, without all the results going different ways. We've qualified in the quickest possible time. The key for England now is, can we go the full length? Can we go the full length can we go unbeaten? That's the topic I've put on tonight. Can we go unbeaten? Can we go without conceding? The Albania result against Serbia last night, so Albania beating Serbia 1-0 last night, means that we can now officially qualify on Tuesday night. Let me go to the chat. You'll see also, as well, I have now included down here the channel members. So we've got Brian, Gate102, Felix, Charlie, and Josh. Guys, I need to start including you on videos. Thank you so much for your support. I didn't realise I had 5 channel members, so honestly, it's just crazy. Thank you so much for your support. Andrew, I think we'll win Tuesday comfortably. Then we need to experiment in the last 2 games. Brilliant idea, Andrew. Just obviously while we're talking about this as well, I think it's Uruguay and Japan, is it, that England or the FA are in talks with about friendlies early next year? I think there'll be good tests, and I think the tests that England need at this stage, or at that stage in particular, leading into the World Cup. Obviously next year as well, we will have the Nations League, League A. So there's bigger games coming up along with the tournament next year. There's a lot more going off. Josh, speaking of which, channel member for a long time now, mate. A long time. Let me just have a quick look. I can identify here. My longest channel member, Josh, 11 months. We're going to have to do something for you. Or I'm going to have to do something for you, mate, when you get to a year. I'll send you something. I'll keep an eye on that. Thank you so much. Hi, mate. How you doing? It's been a while since I've caught you live. I know, mate. Well, I've missed the last 2 weeks, so great to have you with me. Andrew, yeah, hi mate, great to have you with us as well. Crazy how times have changed. We don't even think about qualifying anymore. I know, and I think that's the frustrating thing, right? And I know England fans and fans across the world are literally a bit like, oh, England always get the easy group, stuff like that. I promise you now, this group would have caused England problems for the majority of my lifetime, because we're making this group look dead easy. We are so much stronger than what we have been, and this is where England are at now. We are in that elite top 3, 4, 5, European nations. And we weren't always there, particularly World Cup. We historically always struggled with World Cup qualification. Always. It was always a battle. Always going into the last few games to top the group. You can argue it's slightly easier now, given the amount of teams that go. There's those playoff spots, but England aren't getting the playoff spots. We're topping the group and we're topping them comfortably. So yeah, it's brilliant. Remember 97 when we drew with Italy in Rome? I was sat in the pub. It was a special night. I know, mate. I know. And this is what I mean. People, I think, it depending on your age, actually, probably, Andrew. You probably come onto that there, actually. Depending on your age, you take this for granted. You do really take this for granted now. And I think we need that context in terms of where this England side has gone. I know, mate. I know, brilliant. Honestly, thank you so much, mate. 11 months, it's crazy. Crazy how time flies. So, yeah, look, Tuesday night, we are through. We are through to the World Cup, potentially the first European nation through, or one of the first few European nations through, which means the 2 challenging teams towards the last 2 games, which is obviously Serbia at home and Albania away, which interestingly now Albania away is probably looking, given that Albania result in Serbia, is probably looking the tougher game. Albania look to be the B team in this group, most definitely. So maybe it wasn't that Serbia away game that was our most challenging. it's going to be that Albania game, but it is going to be our last game of the qualification campaign. It's back on next month, so it's been a great 3 months as England fans. We've had last month, we've got this month, and then they're back in action again in November. And then that will be it. We'll be working up towards Christmas. I need to think, actually, guys, don't I? I did a Christmas quiz last year, if you remember. Was it Christmas or New Year? I can't remember who joined either, but let me know if you want to do that again. I think I need to sign up to something. So I'll have to have a look, because I think the amount of people that joined last time, my free membership work. But let me know if you want me to do another quiz again, because I need to get on that, because Christmas will come around pretty sharpish. And look, and then we've got December. So you've got November, you've got the fixtures, and then in December we will have the draw for the World Cup. Now that is going to be, I need to live stream that. It's just whether I'm going to be off work at the right time or whatever. I will do a live stream or some sort of live stream, and from that point, I promise, guys, from that point, I will then be reaching out to YouTubers, content creators, podcasters, whatever, from those nations, and I'm going to try and bring this together on this channel. Get some lads who are in our group, or ladies, in our group from other countries, and let's get them all in a room, and we'll have a debate about everyone's chances within this group, and we'll make it a World Cup. Actually, and I've spoken about this for a while. I am still working on part 2 of why England can't win anything. I know it seems a long time, but I thought if I got one out in the summer or early summer, which I did this year, then out in December, January, and then one out just before the World Cup. It's a nice, actually, 3-game build-up. That's my alarm going off, guys, because I need to go and take my chicken out of the oven. So I'll be back in a second. ZH, hello. Wharton should be back next month. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. In fact, hold that thought, because we're going to discuss how well England are playing with this sort of B squad. I mean, let's be real. It's a B squad. I mean, who did we have on the pitch? It was like we'd gone back 10, 15 years, didn't we? We had Loftus-Cheek, we had Gibbs-White, we had Henderson, we had... Yeah, it's like the clock went back 10 years. So England are just ripping groups up, even with a B team that probably would have been a B team 10 years ago even. So it's really crazy. That quiz was brilliant. We'll have to do that again. Brilliant, Josh. Brilliant. Channel members' opinions definitely count, so leave that with me. Right, I've got to go and get this chicken out of the oven, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to burn the house down. I'm literally going to take it out and come straight back up, so I'll be 2 seconds. Right, I'm back, everyone. I've used it as an excuse to get myself a drink as well. I'm really sorry if the alarm, actually, I don't know if you heard, the smoke alarm did go off and it burnt the house down. But anyway, I'd like to see Nico O'Reilly get a chance Tuesday. He's been brilliant for City. Look, I mean, the squad is... It's the squad's a bizarre one, and people are obviously looking... I mean... I'll be honest with you, Bellingham not being included is an odd one, isn't it? I think Grealish not being included as well. Are we at a point now where we're seeing sort of 80% of the squad that Tuchel wants to take? Because there's not going to be many chances, is there? There's not going to be chances now for other people to come in and sort of cement the place. I mean, Anderson, I think Anderson's on the plane. Anderson is on the plane no matter what happens now. I think Anderson, unless he breaks his leg, I think he's there. Tuesday night, though, I mean, Kane's going to come back in, which is great. I mean, Kane would have been really frustrated, wouldn't he, not being on the pitch of the night, because he could have got an hatful, couldn't he? He could have got an hatful against the Welsh. He wants to push towards that 80 goals margin, doesn't he? And I think he probably should have. Yeah, he'll be gutted he missed out. So he'll definitely be eyeing that view up Tuesday night and thinking, right, I can get some goals here. But it's just. I mean, those that are joining late or have only just joined, we started this live stream talking about how traditionally England haven't always made World Cup qualification easy. And depending on your age, you might actually disagree with that and think, actually, we've always made qualification easy. And that hasn't been the case at all. Andrew Anderson and Wharton are the number 6 for England for the next decade. The frustrating thing is, I saw people, I was listening to Talk Sport. By the way, I live in the Midlands, as you all know. Driving back from Wembley on what night was it? Was it Thursday night? I didn't get back till 2 a.m. because the M1 was shut. Absolute joke. I just needed a bit of a moan there. But the reason why I'm raising that is because when I was on my way back home, sometimes I have the radio on, listening to the reaction from the match, and people were saying, "I can't believe Adam Wharton didn't get some minutes," stuff like that. I'm like, he's not even in the squad. He's unfit. He's not been fit. And I think continuously too, because had these squads where he hadn't been able to call up players. I think Wharton would have been called up by now. It's just every squad is. I think it's his third squad. This is Tuchel's third squad, is it, or is it his fourth? It's his third, I think. And every single squad he's had, Adam Wharton's been injured. So look, he's still got to come in. The centre back pairing, I think, is taking care of itself. Really big worry at right back. All of a sudden, we've got no right backs. I know Trent is out. As well, so he's probably going to be a shoe-in, isn't he? It's between him and Reece James possibly on that right back position, and left back is wide open, absolutely wide open. In my opinion, Jude not being in this specific camp, given he's back from injury, isn't the end of the world. It's been blown out of proportion because of Tuchel's previous comments. Yeah, I completely agree. And to be honest with you, he didn't help himself by telling the press that Jude wanted to be involved in this campaign neither, and I think he sort of fueled the fire a little bit with that one. He should have just said, "Yeah, I just told Jude, look, he's only just back from injury, needs a rest." So, yeah, I completely agree, M0. I think at the minute there's not a lot there. I think people are blowing it out of proportion, but it's just something we need to keep an eye on. For those that haven't seen, I've done a bonus video this weekend, so I've just put it on couple of hours before this, and it was I've covered the Gerrard interview with Frank Lampard with Rio Ferdinand earlier this week, and it's Gerrard talking about, or Ferdinand and Gerrard talking about why the golden generation of English football didn't succeed. So check that out after this, because I think I thought it was a really interesting interview, and it's just me reacting to it and giving my thoughts on it. So if you haven't seen it before, or if you're watching this later on, go back on my channel and have a look, guys. Do you ever take the train back from Wembley? No, mate. To be honest with you, it's the cost. It is the absolute cost. And from what I understand, I'd have to leave the game then slightly earlier as well to be able to get certain trains back. Mate, it's just the cost. It's extortionate. It's absolutely extortionate. So it's just not worth it. And then all of a sudden I'm queuing in thousands and thousands of people to get a train back, and I just go and park on someone's drive, and then I not someone who doesn't know I'm parking on the drive, but I park on someone's drive in Wembley, I get in my car and go home. So yeah, sometimes the train is better, but it's just not convenient and it's not practical, because then when I get back to Derby, I'm paying for parking anyway at Derby train station, so it's just like, well, I'm just better driving, mate, if I'm honest with you, and then I can go when I want, take my time. It does mean I can't drink though, which isn't a bad thing. Englishman living in America, if you're coming over to the World Cup, can you bring some Jaffa cakes and a jar of Marmite? That stuff's expensive here. Just add some Jaffa cakes, mate. I'm going to be doing a video on the World Cup in America, because I have got a bit of a grumble. I think it's going to be an odd World Cup, because those that know, I go to England games. So no, I don't think I did, Charlie. Let me just have a quick look. Where was it, mate? Oh, do you mean on the video? I'll have a look in a second, mate. 2 secs. As you know, I go to England games, so I've built enough caps. And look, I'll have built enough caps up by now. However many years I've been watching it, I'll have built enough caps up to get a ticket. Yeah. The problem is the prices compared to Qatar or almost any other World Cup, because it's in America. are going to be absolutely outrageous. And I am blaming the US here, America. I think their capitalist nature. I'm not like going on some sort of capitalist and socialist rant here, but they're going to bleed us dry. They are going to bleed fans dry. It's going to be 3-4 times more expensive than any other World Cup. And I'm not talking about hotels and accommodation, which in itself will be most expensive as well, but just the general ticket prices. And it's going to be so frustrating because I was speaking to some lads on Thursday night who were just saying, look, they're priced out. They're priced out of the World Cup. And you know for a fact, you're going to get, unless you're paying thousands of pounds, no one's getting to the final. I'm telling you now, no one's getting there. And the other worst thing is that because of the expanded tournament and because of the lack of the interest in the US, I guarantee you now there'll be games where the stadiums aren't full. And it's just going to be, I'm just disappointed before the World Cup's even started from a fan perspective because of the cost of the whole tournament, the fact that they're going to charge way more for tickets than any other World Cup hosted anywhere else. And I think that's because of the US and Canada probably in particular, that attitude they have to sporting events and stuff like that. They're not bothered about fans, are they? And FIFA on top of it. And it's just going to be, it's just really disappointing. And I think it's a sign that America's not the right place for this tournament to host. And it is not. It should not be hosted there. We are where we are though. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm a fan who's built up and I might have the money to go. The difference is, though, is if I then decide I do want to go, I'm looking at paying probably, I mean, Josh is putting some stuff on there now. It's going to cost me probably, £1,500, £2,000 to go and watch one group game. Once you're tying accommodation and everything like that. And I guarantee you now, to go and watch 2 or 3 group games at Qatar, it wouldn't have cost anywhere near that. And I'm disappointed already. And I keep saying, and I'll say it again, watch this space, everybody. There will be empty grounds. There will be empty grounds at the World Cup. I promise you now. Not in maybe some of the bigger games, but there'll be a lot of grounds that aren't full. They will. There'll be a lot of grounds where, because fans from Europe or Africa, they won't be able to afford it, and the Americans won't go to them. So there'll be grounds that are empty that wouldn't be empty in other tournaments. Let me go back up to the top so I can get Charlie's comment. It's going to be a corporate World Cup. Hiya, Dominic. Nice for you to join it. It is, mate. And that's, look, I've got nothing against capitalism and all that. Like, it's going to be the shit side of capitalism, innit, really. It's just going to be absolutely fleecing fans. Charlie, we will win the World Cup. I trust Thomas Tuchel and hope he will sign a new contract in the near future. Charlie, I think we're all feeding off that, mate. We are all feeding off that, and I bloody hope so, mate. I really, really hope so. I'll just give you a shout out as well. Obviously, a channel member you can see in there. Give Charlie a shout out earlier. 11 months a member. Charlie, now 9 months a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Tom, evening, Gary. I hope you're feeling optimistic about the summer from a football perspective at least. You know what? I am. I think the problem is we keep saying, let's see a test. And England haven't been tested yet. And people are just like, Serbia is shit. Wales is shit. We'll beat Albania, they're shit. I think we're making these teams look shit. You know what I mean? As much as, they're not the world's best teams, they're not crap teams neither. And other nations would struggle. Most nations wouldn't be dominating the way we are. So I do think sometimes we downplay how good we are and over-exaggerate how poor the opposition is. And I think a lot of that, we're making teams look bad. We are. Evening, Gary. Ticket prices are crazy, says Carol. Carol, honestly, it's mental. I don't think there's a single positive about being in America. To be honest with you, I'm trying not to be that negative, but I am with you, Josh. I am with you, mate. I'm just not a fan of it at all being there. Nothing wrong with Americans, but it's just not their sport. The fans are going to get absolutely fleeced. The travelling is just insane. It's just, it's. I mean, I'm happy for Canada and Mexico. I just think America, they're just seeing it as a money-making exercise. Also in Qatar, the stadiums are so close to each other, so it's easier to go to multiple games, whereas you'd have to get a plane between stadiums in North America. Yeah, another bad idea, isn't it? Ricky, Faroe Islands, 5 months. I know that was mental. Like, Faroe Islands beating Montenegro. Faroe Islands 2, Czech Republic 1, good result for the Faroes. Mate, they're absolutely on it. absolutely on it. And big up the Faroe Islands. It's disgusting that America had 2 World Cups in the last 32 years, and England at the home of football has only hosted one. I know, mate. It is a joke, and it's all politics. It's all money. We all know that. It's just ridiculous. Agreed. World Cup should be in countries that love football. I mean, how long is it now since the World Cup has been hosted in a... I'm going to have to get the World Cup list down now, and this is where you forget, don't you, where World Cups have been hosted. It seems like, there's been one... In fact, when was the last time the World Cup was hosted in a nation that was proper football mad? Like football as its core sport. Someone's going to have to Google it. I'm on here. I can't remember what order all the World Cups came in. I'm going to say Italia 90. Is that right? No. That wouldn't be right, would it? Germany 2006, yes. Yeah, it would be. That's probably... So you got Germany 2006 and Italia 90. That's what? Two World Cups in Europe, in World Cup, in football nations, in the past 30, 40 years. Shit, innit? If we don't keep Tuchel, the P... only replacement I want to see replacement Tuchel is Pep. I don't know if I'd like Pep. I hear you, Charlie, but I don't think we've got time for a Pep sort of mentality. I think... I hear you, though. I think it'd have to be Lee Carsley for me if Tuchel went. We actually press under Tuchel. We never did that under Southgate. Yeah, I can see that. There's definitely a different style of play now. 100% a different style of play. And I love Tuchel's honesty in the press after, even though he slated all the fans, didn't he, at Wembley. I think he was right, though. The atmosphere was absolutely fucking horrendous, second half in particular. England are going to do really well in the summer, mind. I'm sure of it. We may not win the entire thing, but I'm convinced we'll knock 1 or 2 heavy hitters out. Would you take that? No, I wouldn't take it, Tom. I mean, I'd love it, winning those games, but I wouldn't take it. At the end of it, I'd be like, nah, this is still not good enough. We've not done it. I think, to be honest with you, I think England are knocking out one proper big team, and I think then the confidence will be there, and I think we'll go on and win it. I think if we knock out a Spain, a France, an Argentina, a Brazil, I think if that ever happens on any of the knockout rounds, we'll win it. We'll win it. I'm telling you now, nothing will stop us then. Nothing will stop us, because that monkey will be off our back then. To be honest, many Serbs are glad England and Albania beat them. Pixie, their coach, is sacked. Oh, fair enough. Hello and good evening. MK, I live in America and I doubt I'll go to any game. Yeah, mate, it's just going to be mental. I mean, what is MKH? Are people arsed out there? You know, are people bothered? Do people even know it's happening? Give us some insight into what it's like in the US at the minute. Dominic, Germany 2006, yeah. Brazil. Oh, yeah, it was hosted in Brazil, wasn't it? Fair play, yeah. So that one was a good World Cup as well. You forget, don't you? 2014 Brazil was the last one. Yeah, fair enough. There's 3 then in the past 30-odd years. World Cup should be held in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and neither regions of South America. Only Brazil, but I make them share it with Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Chile. To be fair, Pepper switched to 5-4-1. He can adapt surprisingly. Yeah, fair enough. Hi guys, sorry, just switched onto the stream. What do you think, Grealish over Gordon? My opinion is Rashford now performing at Barcelona, and Grealish should be the only. I'll be honest with you, I love Anthony. Matt's my brother, by the way, everybody. So thanks for joining, Matt. I really like Anthony Gordon. I've always think, he plays well for Newcastle, good player. I'll be honest with you though, for England, he don't really do it, does he? And I think you could probably put Jared Bowen sort of in that same where they're good players, great players. He's not really good enough though. I mean, it really shone a light on Thursday night with Saka coming back in, who's also been out for Thomas Tuchel. When Saka's come back in, you then really see the difference in terms of having someone who's, as good as what Saka is in comparison to the other wing. I think it really showed up Gordon's lack of, not talent, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, I mean, Rashford, if fair play to him, is playing well for his club, so, people earn it. Grealish has got to be in. Grealish has to be in. That is the one, that's probably the one in this call-up window that I was really surprised he wasn't called up. I really was. At least we're hosting Euro 2028, 3 Euro finals in a row. I know, mate. The problem is imagine how mad it would be to getting 3 Euro finals in a row, and imagine how absolutely fucking god-awful it would be if we lost that one again at home. So that would be 3 Euros finals, 2 lost at home. I know I sound like glass half empty at the minute, But look, it would be both amazing and potentially absolutely awful, where we face the prospect of losing 3 finals, European finals, and 2 of them at home. Anyway, look, if we get there, we get there. We'll do it. We should decide where the World Cup is going to be held. It's our game. Yeah, I don't think it works like that, though, mate. Too much money in it now. 24 nation World Cup max and 32 nation silver trophy with a bronze. Shit. I mean, look, the tournament is what it is now. Everyone at the end of it will be like, oh, yeah, great, there was more games, blah, blah, blah. But look, I promise you now, I'm saying it again, there'll be empty grounds in America in particular. And then moving forward, you're looking at probably only 10 probably countries that can even afford to host the damn thing. It's a bit like the Olympics, really. It gets too big for its boots, and nobody can afford to host it. I'm not a fan of it expanding. No matter what happens, I'll never be a fan. I think 32 was a really nice balance, because also at the minute the way it works, there's no jeopardy in the groups, is there? Honestly, the dog and duck will qualify out the group at the World Cup. You've literally got to win one game, and each group's going to have an absolute shocker in it, because of the expansion. So if you're half decent, you're qualified from your group before you've even got there. So, not a fan of it at all. Tom, fair enough, Gary. I actually think England are going to win this tournament. I've said that for the 3 previous tournaments. This one feels different. I hope so, mate. Gordon presses well, but he has no end product. And that is it. Honestly, I said it a couple of times that night where, I mean, let's be honest, Thursday night he should have scored. He should have scored a couple. He should have assisted a couple. A couple of times he was in. He should have done better. And his end product's not there yet. The interest in football is growing. People are getting more and more into the league. Oh, good. Fair enough. I mean, are people bothered about the World Cup out there, though, mate? Agreed about Gordon, says Carol. Those left wing and left back positions are a bit worrying. Yeah, but I think someone will come through. I think someone mentioned Livramento earlier, and I didn't pick him out, actually. I like Miles Lewis-Skelly as well. I just think he needs to get some games now. It makes you appreciate how good Ashley Cole and Leighton Baines really were. Yeah, brilliant players. From what angle did you see Saka's... Mate, I was sat in a position I don't usually sit in. I was actually sat on the side this time, and I was right behind Saka's goal, right behind it. I had such a good view. If either right behind it or the other side, I had such a cracking view. What a goal it was! What a goal! Dom, we have Lewis, Skelly, O'Reilly, Shaw, Livramento, so we're okay. Yeah, I think we're okay. Morgan Rogers, I mean, I've not mentioned him yet, so Robert, great shout. Morgan Rogers is our glue to our midfield this team, and that flicked him away in the Serbia game. I thought he played. When I get back home, I always watch the game back on TV. Not all of it. I'm not mental, but the highlights and stuff. And I'm pretty sure. I mean, Dixon is no football expert by any means. Lee Dixon, that is. But I'm pretty sure I heard him say that Anderson was struggling to get into the game, and I'm thinking nonsense. Anderson and Rogers again on Thursday night were absolutely brilliant. Luke Shaw was so good. He just, had ankles like poppadoms, didn't he? Dog and Duck, a.k.a. Scotland. I thought they were going to blow it tonight. Is it finished 1-0 to Scotland? I mean, anybody seen the Belarus goal that was disallowed? Absolutely awful decision tonight. Honestly, the worst decision. I genuinely think if we keep Tuchel, we win Euro 2028. What a coach he is, and I love his honesty. The problem is, I sort of agree, but I would love it if we win with an English coach. I know that sounds ridiculous, because at the end of the day, we just need to win it now. Plus, having the home crown in 2028 will give the players a boost. Yeah, Scotland are leading their quali group with 10 points over Denmark, Greece and Belarus. Wow, fucking hell, they're going to do it, aren't they? Hear me out. Front foot, Kane, Bellingham, Saka, Palmer. Yeah, look. I mean, that sounds pretty shit hot, doesn't it? It sounds proper hot, but it's whether it works or not. Rice and Anderson, Wharton behind. Morgan Rogers has incredible strength plus technique. 2-1. Okay. I'm surprised how good Rogers has become because he was useless for us back in 2020, 2021. He's class now, isn't he, mate? Sometimes players are a little bit more late bloomers, aren't they? If Bellingham carries on caring about himself, I think Tuchel should leave him out. We need a team, not egos. I mean, that brings me on to actually tomorrow night. I'm actually watching the under-21s because when you mentioned Bellingham, I was thinking about his brother. I was going to say his son then. His brother, Job. So I'll be at Derby Ground tomorrow night watching the under-21s, which will be interesting. And hopefully I'll get to see some the other Bellingham brother play because I think he's such a good player, isn't he? The interest in the World Cup in the US is here, but sadly won't change the issues with things like cost. No, mate, it won't. For me too, love Rodgers, but the thought of Bellingham linking up with Anderson and Rice is mouth-watering, but Rodgers good some, if not working in the game. Look, the weird thing is, right, is that midfield area, I mean, we've all been a mess over it, haven't we, for like 2 years. Like, you've had Rice and Bellingham, and everyone's like, who's that third man? Who is that third man? It was the problem all in the Euros. And now all of a sudden we've got like 4 midfields coming out of nowhere. We could we've got, it's just crazy. Like, the options all of a sudden we've got there. And that's with like players like Gomez and Wharton like dropping off. So yeah, I think that central midfield, I'm not worried about centre mid. I'm not at all. Someone was telling me Thursday night they're still worried about that the defence, the centre back pairing and stuff. I'm not worried about that neither. I think Gueye and Konza are really solid, and I do think we've then got good options off the bench. Someone told me as well, and I don't know if this is right or wrong. I think that it must be right because I do trust this lad who told me a bit. Apparently, Harvey Elliott's never had a senior England cap, which I found mental. I thought he had done. Kwanzaa hasn't neither. And there was just a few players. There were a few players that got mentioned Thursday night, and they were saying they've never had a senior cap. I was just like, what? Really? I just found it really bizarre. People hate international breaks because before Bosman rule of 1995, there were foreign player quotas of 3 in a matchday squad. If Tuchel wins the World Cup, do you extend his contract by 2 or 4? I mean, look, if he wins it, give him what he wants. Give him what he wants. Genuinely, give him 15 years if he wins it. Because he might do a better job than anyone else in the last 15 years. So Charlie, I mean, yeah, what do you do? Would he want it? Would he want it? Is that it? Does he leave an hero? Does he peak out there? Or does he then go to England? I mean, imagine if he wins the World Cup, then takes us to an home tournament win in Euro 2028. I mean, the man, I'll get his face tattooed on my arse if that happens. I'm telling you now. Really weird thing to say, but yeah, I'll get his face tattooed on me. He would, you know what I mean? It's just happening. I had an argument with my friend who said Palmer was better than Bellingham. I said, Bellingham, who do you think is better, Gary? I mean, Palmer is just a player who, for whatever reason, and I mean, his injuries are letting him down at the minute. But I was looking at I hate the Ballon d'Or. I think it's such a joke. Individual prizes in football over a season, I just don't get it. But I was looking at the Ballon d'Or, and Palmer was like the highest rated. I'm sure he was the highest rated outfield England player in the Ballon d'Or list this year. Palmer is so good. He just never seems to be anywhere near the England squad, does it? He's always injured or not available, or when he's picked, other players are picked before him. I think it's just one player we've got to try and shoe in there. We've not even spoke about Phil Foden yet, who started relatively well, but I think it's a bit like Rashford. I know Rashford, Tuchel loves him. Something's working there, but I'm not sold on Rashford. Palmer would be the one I really want to see. Palmer and Wharton are the 2 players I think I really want to see come into this England team and play more regular. And I think it's only injuries that's stopping them. So, international breaks before 1996 were a chance to see the best foreign players versus England. Yeah, I think... I don't remember it because I was only like 6. But I do know about the Bosman rule. Won't happen at the minute, but Maynard was class and thought he did well in the Euros. He'll be back. He needed to leave, didn't he, Matt? He needed to leave Man U, but they wouldn't let him. We've done it, Gary, says Callum. Well, if you mean qualification, not quite yet, but we have really, mate, haven't we? We're beating Latvia Tuesday night, no doubt. Anyone going to the game Monday? Tomorrow night, by the way. Under 21s. Always a cheap night. Now most of the best foreign players play in the Premier League, so any element of surprise has vanished, plus expanding World Cup and Euros has made qualifying more dull. Yeah, it has though, really, hasn't it? I mean, what I'd like to see is some sort of South American style like league system. It'd be so that wouldn't it? The problem is Europe's too big, isn't it? But I suppose you could have like a qualification and a relegation and stuff like that. It'd be sick. But they'll never do it. Charlie, I'm going to go chill, Gary. Hope you have a lovely week, Gary. Speak to you soon, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you, Charlie, for joining. Hope you have a good week too, mate. Serbia have been awful during this qualifier. Yeah, they've been shocking. They've been absolutely shocking. Fully expect us to be. I mean, look. Let me just quickly ask people now, going back to what I put on at the top here. Can we go unbeaten and can we go without conceding a single goal this qualification round? I can't. Someone told me we did the last time England went the whole qualification campaign without conceding. I think someone said it was for Italia 90, but we didn't even top the group. I think we're going to do that this time. I think we can certainly win each game. Whether we can go without conceding, I don't know. Everyone's saying yes to both. I mean, I can see that. I can see that. I think I'm just a bit worried about coming across too optimistic here, but I think we've been that much better, haven't we? We've been that much better than everybody. We should. I think that's the answer. We should easily, really, based on how we're playing, based on how the other teams are playing, we should easily do both. Any dark horses qualifying via playoffs? It's a bit early yet, but I mean, need to talk about Norway. I was looking through the groups the other day, and Norway are absolutely steaming it. You look at the group there, and it's an absolute shambles of a group. Honestly, it's like they've just ran it up 5 pub teams and shoved them in a group. But everyone will be raving over them because of Haaland. But I do think if they come up against anyone half decent, they'll not be as good as what we think. But they could be a challenge. They could, because we're going to get another European nation in our group. They will not be top seeds. We will be. I wouldn't want to get Norway. I wouldn't. I'd like to avoid them. Sweden are near bottom of the group, which is mad given their star power. Yeah, they've been a fading force for a while, haven't they? Though probably. Wales to beat Belgium. Well, maybe. 12 teams, Nation League, top division, where the top 3 or 4 automatic qualifying. Everyone else says, yeah, mate, that'd be Dom. I'm hearing you, brother. That is what it's about. Has anybody ever seen the Cricket World Cup as well? The One Day Series World Cup. Oh my God, what a format! What a format that is. That is sport perfection. Every team that's qualified goes into one group at the tournament, plays each other, then the top 4 go through to the semi-final and final. It is, honestly, it is absolute baller game after baller game. If you like cricket, that is, by the way. Cricket World Cup, that is how to do a tournament. I'm telling you, it is sick. 8 clean sheets for England. Yeah. Let's aim not to concede in all their games and get all 24 points. It's got to be the aim, hasn't it, Dom? It's got to be the aim. Imagine Italy qualify for the 3rd time. They're second behind Norway. I mean, look, it could have been worse for Italy. They had that absolutely amazing game, didn't they? It was last month when it ended up like 5-4 or something, where they could have been really up against it. But, yeah. I mean, Italy... I mean, imagine if Italy don't qualify for a 3rd successive World Cup via the play, because they will be via the playoffs now. They'll not catch Norway. If the teams were playing, mainly to be fair, we look good, but the teams in our group don't really offer outgoing for now. They don't, mate, at all. Sweden are hilarious, bad despite having Gyriakos, Isaac, Elanga, and the problem is, it's just that Sweden, I don't know, they just... It seems like they've not been a team, have they, for a while now. They used to be such a strong European nation, and they have got the few players there, but... Yeah, they're way off it. I respect Norway, but they would fear us a lot more. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely, Tom. What I'm saying is we can certainly get a damn shite easier group in the World Cup than drawing Norway. Put it that way. Yeah, I mean, Haaland and Kane, definitely. I'd have Kane. Hands down, he does more off the ball. He does more outside of scoring for me. Norway have a handful of quality players, but a lot of below par teams. I didn't realise that the 20 World Cup was happening this month. You know what, Ricky? I didn't. I did not know that. That's how bad the FA are at promoting shit. Because I try and keep my eye on it. I need to keep my eye on that. I suppose it is under 20 though, not under 21. Andrew Joy's players. There's a chance Argentina, Germany, and Italy could be in the same group. Yeah, look, there's always a group of death, isn't there? There's always a group of death. Always. So, and we don't want to have. I mean, England, if we're being honest, we've looked out actually in quite a few past number of tournaments. People have said that's the reason why Southgate's done so well, which is utter nonsense because you've still got to beat what's in front of you, and we haven't done that in the past. But England have been quite fortunate, really, with groups in the past few years. So we're due a shit one. We're due a tough group. Whether we get it or not, I'd like to avoid it. But again, look, we won't get grouped. We can't get grouped. The groups are going to be that easier, and I've said this 1,000 times. I'm not worried about this coming back to bite me. We will not get grouped. Whatever happens, we'll be through. If Italy get playoffs, they will be in pot 4. Yeah, I'd fancy us against the Italians, though, wouldn't you, Ricky? I think I would. And then I'm sure that we can only draw one other European team, so if we get Italy, then we won't get Norway or somebody else like that. So I think we'll be fine. Evening, Matt. Why haven't qualified for the 20... I don't know what you mean, Andrew. Sorry. We've never faced Messi's Argentina at all. I actually hope we faced them in the World Cup. I'd love a friendly against him. Remember the neutral friendly against Argentina? Let's have a bit of that before World Cup. Go on. Gary, do you have to be a member of EST to gain your caps? Yes. I think you do actually. I've not been a member. I've not been a member of the EST for a long time. So I know you can join My England, and I think you've got to join My England anyway to buy tickets in the next window. And I'm not sure if you can still build caps up through that. I think you can actually. So I don't think you have to be in the ET because you can set up a My England account. It just means the travel club obviously then allows you to get cheaper tickets and buy tickets first when they're at home, and obviously then apply for away matches as well. I like in the quarterfinals or semi-finals and win. I think they changed the timings of the World Cup because I remember it being roughly around the Under-17 World Cup. Revenge for 2021. Only the best players under 20 years years old eligible for Under-20 World Cup. England 3, Argentina 2, and Switzerland 2005. Yeah, mate, we need a bit of that, don't we? Let's have a bit of that. England have got a really good record against Argentina, by the way. Really, really good. I think there's only three nations that have a better record against us than what we've got against them. We've got a really good record against Argentina. Gary, I mean, we haven't qualified for the 20. Oh, right, okay. That's probably why I don't know about it then. I gained caps for England versus Costa Rica through My England. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, you can. I forgot about My England when I was talking then, but then I did recall. You get 2 caps for a home game now. Oh, Charlie. Well, you probably. So, where's those 2 caps come from? Those 2 caps that you've got so far then were possibly England, Albania. What you'll be waiting for is England, Wales. So you should have 4 caps then if you've been to 2 games because you get 2 caps per home game now. So, and they won't. Sometimes they don't go on a meet. I mean, my caps for Wales on Thursday night won't have gone on yet. But if you've been to 3 games, then you probably need to contact them about you missing some caps from another game previously. No, Messi's never played against us, mate, ever. We don't draw Argentina. I mean, let's be honest, we don't draw South American teams at all. The odds that the only time we can really is in a friendly, which is, I mean, how many times do we do friendlies against South American teams because of the way England never travel for friendlies, so that doesn't happen often. You know, we've had Brazil recently, but there's just not the opportunity to play him. Well, I'm hoping if not, I'll call the disabled line tomorrow and find out. Yeah, give him a call, mate. I mean, if you've been to 2 games and one of them was in March, that will be right because you'll have your 2 caps from England, Albania, and your 2 caps for England, Wales won't have gone on yet, mate. If Wharton isn't fit for next month, Anderson has that spot in the team nailed on. Oh yeah, make Champions League, Europa and Conference where only League and Domestic Cup winners are eligible only. If UEFA are scared of clubs creating mid-season Euro tournaments, yeah, I mean, football's going to keep changing, mate, innit? It's going to be a mess. I'm predicting a 4-0 win. Andorra drew with Latvia in Latvia. It should be 4-0. Look, we should absolutely. I mean, now literally the lads are going there, and this is an England squad clearly now that no matter what managers they've got in, if they think they've had enough for the night, the players just put the foot on the brake and just don't bother. Then do they? Did it against Wales? They've done it in every game under Tuchel so far, where they think, "No, I'm not having it," and they just switch off, which is worrying. But surely now, Tuesday night, Kane's back. He's going to want some goals. Qualification for the World Cup's on the line. Surely it's going to be more than 2 or 3, innit? You know what I mean? UEFA can always create North, South, West and Central Cups for Leagues 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, they could do, actually. Panama, San Marino and Eritrea, perfect group, thank you. I mean, look, we're going to end up with a whipping boy. Not sure San Marino will be there, though, but we'll definitely end up with a whipping. We'll probably end up with 2 poor teams and an average team. I think so. I mean, I don't know. I can't. It's so hard to keep up with all the other groups, and particularly because some groups are smaller than others, and I'm not sure who's playing now tomorrow night. So we'll be one of the first, if not the first. There might be a couple by probably midweek next week. There'll be probably 1 or 2 European nations through. Whoever ends up the first will probably be based on who plays first, really, and where they are in the group. But England, they've literally done everything we possibly can. We're disappointed to see our second half performance against Wales, the way we switched off. Honestly, when you're there, does anyone remember anything about that second half? I remember I was sat there and I looked up and it was like 80 minutes and I felt like I'd just woken up from a coma from 40 minutes. I was that numb to what I'd seen for the last 30, 40 minutes. It was just the most bizarre second half football experience I've ever seen. I felt nothing. The crowd was shocking. It was just so weird. All I remember is just watching the Wales fans sing like for 40 minutes solid. Fair play to them in the second half, but it was their big day out, wasn't it? In 2014, everyone thought that Costa Rica would be the whipping boys, and I think they did. They did, mate. You're absolutely right. I think Switzerland will draw to Slovenia. When FIFA expanded, so maybe that impacts them qualifying. When FIFA expanded the World Cup to 32 teams in 98, the likes of Panama, China, Trinidad qualified for the first time and never returned to the World Cup again. Well, they might be back this time, mate. Tuesday. England, Spain, France and Germany are my semi-finalists, with England versus Spain in the final, and we get our revenge 2 years later. Oh, come on. Come on. I hope so, Charlie. I think a win against Latvia depends on their formation. If they get something like 4-4-1 formation, we'll struggle to get more than a goal out of them. Bloody hell, Robert, I hope not, mate. You're joking. Surely we can't rock up to Latvia Tuesday night, World Cup on the line, and we roll out 1-0 winners. Come on. Got it. I hear you, but bloody hell, I want more than that. Just imagine Arsenal and Chelsea kept Kai, Shamrock Rovers and Malmo in the UEFA North League 1. I had no problem with Tuchel's criticism of the atmosphere. No, I didn't really. But at the same time, it was a dead rubber against a nation that we'd battered in the first half and then nothing to play for. So I sort of agree with him, and I don't. Definitely not China lost to Indonesia in June and went out. Oh, okay then. Definitely not them then. 24 to 32 teams expansion wasn't a big jump. Riga is a great city. I know I've seen a few people out there. It looks lovely. Yeah, I know. And they were tough, but I think with the way we're playing now, we're a better team than what we were when we were playing Andorra. I think Tuchel's got this team firing now, and with the World Cup qualification in grass now, surely we're going to have that. It's just going to give us that little bit more edge, I think, just to break them down a bit better. Hopefully, anyway. North Korea returned in 2010 and got slaughtered 7-0 by mighty Portugal. Yeah. Look, there's going to be a team there that possibly has never qualified before. I just can't wait for the draw. I need the draw. I feel like I'm just waiting for the draw so I can finally start to get my teeth into some content for the World Cup. And we're just like limbering along a little bit, aren't we? Like getting through this qualification thing, and I can't really do any sort of build up for the World Cup because I don't know who we're playing, where we're playing, anything like that. I need the draw to happen. Listen, the atmosphere was absolutely shite, honestly. Respect to the Welsh England fans. Pissing off some pride in the English was piss poor. Yeah, I mean, the Welsh fans were good. Fair play to him. I was in Riga after the Euros. To be fair, I think Tuchel should have shown more understanding as to why the crowd was quiet. Thursday night friendly being... Yeah, I agree with both sides. I mean, he was right, but at the same time, it wasn't really the need to say it because it was a dead rubber game, wasn't it? I completely get it if we were... I think you only criticise the crowd, don't you, when you're like 2-0 down and you need a goal, and then the crowd's quiet. That's when you need the crowd. I don't think you can criticise the crowd when you're battering someone 3-4-0. Can you do a live stream for the draw? Charlie, honestly, it's all depending on work, mate. I just need to figure it out and see if I'm off work or I can get it off work. I'd love to, mate. That's the plan. It's just whether I can. It's the downside of doing part-time YouTuber. I can't believe I just call myself a YouTuber, by the way. I don't see myself as a YouTuber at all. But, yeah, because I only do this part-time and at work, it's just whether I can fit it in, mate. I think it's on a Friday, isn't it? Even regular participants, Iran lost 6-2 to England and Saudi Arabia lost 8-0 to Germany and 5-0 to Russia. I'm dreading the end of the November camp. I'll spend the rest of the season fretting over form and, dare I say it, injury. Oh, mate, as soon as you get like February, March time, I mean, you're just panicking, aren't you? You're looking at players and think every time they go down, you think, for God's sake, just do not get injured. The Welsh only sound like that because it was a party to them. I've been at home games with my club and I've beaten them comfortably, and the away fans just make the most of the game. Yeah, you get it. Spain demolished Costa Rica 7-0 at Qatar World Cup. Was just thinking it'd be class to watch England in the World Cup in the Irish box in Prague. I mean, Matt, I'm there. Let's go. Let's go. How good was Prague? Let's go. Why not? You know what? I know you probably won't be able to come, Matt, but I'm actually thinking if I look at the World Cup and think, you know what, it's not for me, I'm not going. I might weigh something up like that, whether it's a Benidorm, a Prague. Just instead of going to America, just go somewhere and watch it. I might, honestly, I think that's a rate shout. I'll give you a bell. Trump hasn't granted representatives for Iran at the draw yet. He's an idiot. Iran will have an AI robot doing the draw for them. They will do, mate. I mean, the other thing is Trump. God's sake. We're just going to... Look, it's going to be a World Cup. We're going to have to go in and bear. And end of the day, if we're in New York on that last game and we're lifting the trophy, none of us are going to care, are they? Yeah, it's a Friday. Well, if you can't do a watch on for the draw, we might get an extended Sunday. Look, yeah, mate, honestly, I'll do something for it. I'm not... I mean, whatever happens on that Friday, there'll be a video, whether it's a live stream or a video. I'll be honest with you, if I can't do a live stream, what I want to try and do is not see the draw, film like I'm filming now as a video, and then literally react to the draw. So I want to like just do a reaction video for the draw. But I think the odds of me, given the fact that all my social media is mad England stuff, given, I mean, numerous group chats for it. I mean, I might just have to turn the damn thing off. If I can, that would be my aim, to somehow get to the... Yeah, if I can't do a live stream, somehow avoid the draw until I'm in the house, put my camera on, and I can record a video. So, yeah, that's my plan B. If I can't do that, then I'll just do a normal reaction video and just say, look, this is the draw, what do we think? But something will be coming out on that Friday, mate, don't worry. Can't wait. How much you betting Trump will lift the trophy with the winning team like he did with Chelsea, honestly? Full kit. Will he have someone's full kit on? Yeah, oh, mate, giving it one of them. He's an idiot in here. You're going to have to disable X notifications, Insta, Facebook. That's what I mean. I might just turn the thing off, mate. I might just turn it off on the day. And I genuinely, that is genuinely one of my ideas. If I'm at work, I'm going to turn it off. Just tell everybody, do not tell me. And then just come home and try and do it like that if I know I can't do a live stream. The Club World Cup draw was at a good time, not late or during working hours. Yeah, it was one. It was. I can't remember what time. I did have the information. I can't remember what time UK time the World Cup draw is. But yeah, it's just, look, I'm working on it. It's just whether I can get it off. It's such an awkward time in December as well for like getting annual leave off, and it's almost I've got to take a day like for an hour draw. I mean, they don't last an hour, do they? They last like 5 days. If it says it starts at 10, the teams will be pulled out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Jesus, and you can imagine the pomp and ceremony that'll be in the US one. But yeah, it's I just can't wait. The draw. I mean, as football fans, right? How good are draws? How good are World Cup draws? They are absolutely peak. It's like FA Cup draws, isn't it? If it's 5 p.m. UK time, I thought it was earlier than that for some reason. If it's 5 p.m. UK time, I'll be doing a live stream. It's happening. I'm doing a live stream. I thought it was earlier than that. I must have completely missed Charlie, legend. I'm glad you've looked now and told me. I must have seen another time. I thought for some reason it was like 1 o'clock. If it's 5 p.m. UK time, I'm doing a live stream. Yeah, I've probably seen the New York time, haven't I? I'm sure it said GMT, but I must have seen the New York time then. Oh, happy days. Happy days. I'm doing a live stream then. Happy days. I'm doing a live stream for that. That'll be sweet and all. As everyone's finished school, work and everything else like that, let's all jump on for a live stream, and that is class. Yeah, I must have just seen the 12 p.m. Oh, that is sick. Live stream then. Live stream, definitely. I find them monotonous. They draw the shit teams first. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, they take hours to get going, but once they get going, it's so exciting, isn't it? Like, once you know what group you're in. I mean, no, they'll draw the top teams. They'll draw the top seeds first. I think they always draw the top seeds first. So they decide which one's going to be in it. Do they? I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, 100% Charlie live stream then. When the fixtures come out, I'll be imitating look for when to book my days off to watch England if needed. I mean, yeah, the other thing is obviously then we'll get to know whether England are playing at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning as well, because I think there are going to be a few games that may be that. And obviously we're going to have to book annual leave for that, aren't we? Well, unless you're some sort of crazy animal who can just get up at 2 o'clock, watch an England game and go back to bed and get up for work. I can't, put it that way. You know what? I think Scotland might. I think Scotland and Wales have got a good shout. I mean, Northern Ireland aren't doing too bad. I think, look, they're all in with the shout. I think Scotland are the most likely at the minute. And I hate to say that, but at the same time, you know what? An England-Scotland at a World Cup would be absolutely sick, wouldn't it? I'd love to see them there, because I also know they'd get absolutely battered when they were there. I mean, if any European nation is going to lose to a Tonga or a Faroe Island or I don't know, some backwater island in the middle of the Pacific who's qualified for the first World Cup, it will be Scotland. So I also want them there for that. Yeah, if you top seed, well, that's the odds anyway. And if you top your group, you're supposed to get an easier route, but it never works out that way. Scotland look very good to qualify auto. Northern Ireland probably playoffs minimum. Yeah, I mean they all look like they're in with a shout. Denmark should be getting first. To be honest, I would give Wales a better chance. Are they talking about changing the game times to later too? I think a lot of the complaints about the heat in the world. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not going to be a great one for a spectacle. So we're all going to have to book days off really to watch them. It's not. I mean, the odds that they're going to be at like. I mean, there will be some midday games, won't there? So like 2 o'clock. There has been in the past. So then we might be hitting some of them at 5 o'clock. But the odds are at least one or two of England's group games are going to be in a really unsociable time. So yeah, I think this is what I keep saying. We need the draw. We need the draw. We just need to get on with it now and get this draw so I can start lining up what I'm doing on here from a content perspective. We can all start to book annual leave, get tickets sorted or whatever. You know what I mean? Make us mind up about what we're doing. We need the draw. I think what is certain, given the fact that Canada and Mexico will be playing in their home nations, and we can't draw them because they're top seeds, it's certain England will be playing in the US. I think that's the only thing that's certain. Gary, you should drop a link and let people speak to you every Sunday. We'll help you with interaction. How do you mean, mate? Let me know what you mean. A link where? Do you mean in? Yeah, let me know. Love to see Scotland, Northern Ireland, Faroe Islands and North Macedonia qualify. Yeah, I mean, I do like to see other nations get there. Scotland might beat us 0-0 again. The problem is England, yeah. I'd still like it. I would still like it. And England, Scotland in a World Cup would be good. I can't wait to ban Scotland in third to qualify for the knockouts at a 48-nation World Cup. Well, that's the other thing as well. Honestly, I want them to qualify because if anyone's going to cock it up when they're there, it's going to be them. I expect games will be 5 p.m, 8 p.m, 11 p.m, and 2 a.m. I mean, they're 11 p.m. If that is the case, 11 p.m.'s it's all right, isn't it? You know, you're going and bear that. The 2 a.m. one, though, forget that. Surely their match channel, some are going to be the early in the day, mate. Aren't there some in the morning? I'm sure there will be with that many. Can't see them all being evening kickoffs. Could be wrong, but no pun intended. But Greece has really slipped up qualifying. No chance they're going to go through now. No, they're not. Again, only Europe, Australia, and some South American nations should host the World Cup. Good to be here because I didn't know the time of the draw. Charlie Kelly, like other YouTubers when they do live streams and talk to one another. All right, okay, yeah. I mean, I do. To be honest with you, I don't really go on other YouTubers' live streams. I find it hard to find. Like, other than that's the problem with YouTube, and I certainly know this is a small channel. When you search for things, even when I search for my own content, sometimes I'll log on to other things and just think how searchable is my content. Have a look. Even when I'm searching exactly for my title on a video, it'll only bring up massive YouTubers that have 1 or 2 keywords in it. It's terrible for searching for. So the only live streams I ever see is like the huge channels, and I never watch them. Like, is it Mark Goldbridge and all them? Like, I don't really watch them. I've watched the odd 1 or 2, but like to jump into other YouTube channels like my own, I really struggle to find them. There's a few I know of, but for some reason YouTube's search algorithm, it's just so. Yeah, it's not very good for smaller people, put it that way. And I mean, I get it. YouTube want people to stay on and watch the big boys, don't they? Because they get all the viewing figures and all that lot. But it's really hard to find similar channels. Yeah, and that's what I mean, Charlie. They're all they come out with daft shit all the time. And I'm not, as you can tell, this channel isn't about saying outrageous things to get views. It's not. This is just a fan channel enjoying the journey, really. I wouldn't be shocked to see England and Scotland drawn together in the World Cup groups because they know fixtures in England will be low otherwise. Well, the problem is it's all luck, isn't it? Viewing figures will be low if England have no one interesting to play against in the groups. There's going to be games where they're not full, I'm telling you. I remember Japan 2002 taking the morning off to see us lose to Brazil. I mean, I think that's the one that most of us remember in terms of really unsociable hours is the Japan World Cup, isn't it? Definitely. During the Club World Cup, I watched Porto versus Al Ahly at 2 a.m, so at least some practices next year. I want to see Forest fan Goldbridge raging if they even bring back FA Cup replays. Take goes. No worries, Charlie. I mean, on that note, Charlie, I'm looking at finishing anyway. We've been on an hour. Honestly, everyone, what a chat. What a chat tonight. Everyone's been on it. Just want to shout out my channel members again. The 5 down here. Not everyone's been on tonight, but Brian, Gate 102, Felix, Charlie, and Josh. I think I've met. How many have I met? Have I met 2 of you? 3 of you? I don't know now, but I've met a couple of you. Honestly, thank you so much. Thank you everyone in the chat tonight as well. You've been absolutely amazing. What a chat tonight. And Tuesday, we're there. We are going to the World Cup. I'll be dropping a video Tuesday reacting to that. And then I'm going to start, leading up to November, and let's start get this World Cup party going. Let's start get it going. Let's get some other YouTubers on here who are linked to potentially we might play. I'll be doing a live stream, so look out for that now. Charlie's absolutely been an A game tonight. Clearly, I'd not done my reading properly, but it's not 12 o'clock. Well, it is 12 o'clock, but not our time. It's 5 o'clock on that Friday, so I will definitely be dropping a time in the diary for when I'll be doing a live stream for the World Cup draw. Can't wait. I hope you all have a great weekend. It's just been weekend. I hope you all have a great week, whether you're at school, work, college, whatever you're doing. I hope you all have a great week. Life can be tough, everyone, so make sure you relax and enjoy yourselves and enjoy England Tuesday night. I'll be at the game Monday, the under-21s at Derby. If you're there, drop me a message on Twitter or something like that. It'd be great to say hello. It's only going to be a small gathering. I don't think anyone will be there. It's only just a backwater East Midlands game. When the World Cups are on, we need daily shows. Let's see, mate. If timing is the thing, mate. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Match Channel. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Dom. I'm just going maskless. I'm just thanking Matt, my brother. Big shout out. Just shouting out everyone I can think of off the top of my head. Carol, thank you for joining. Hope you all have a great week, everybody. And I will see you all on my next video. And come on, England. We're there. We're there. This is when we qualify. I'm gonna have to put this somewhere quite prominent in the video, aren't I? This is gonna be in my videos from now on, guys.